And here we are. An old-fashioned for you and a white Russian for me.
Thanks, Gary.
Yeah, no problem, Sam. So why are we here in this bar instead of the usual one?
Oh, gotta mix it up sometimes.
Yeah, fair enough. uh, how's your work going over at Corsac Times?
It, well, goes. Honestly, it's been kind of dull.
Ah, you don't need to tell me. It's not any better over at Space Week.
Kind of hard to report on the conflict when there's nothing happening.
Yeah, I get it. We all want a peaceful resolution, sure, but what does that mean for us? Like, what's a war journalist without war?
A journalist.
No, out of a job. That's what. That's what I meant.
I wouldn't worry about it, Gary. This calm is not gonna last.
What do you mean?
You've seen the peace talks, right? Those attempts at diplomacy haven't been successful yet, and are not going to be. It's all performative. They're just stalling for time as they're bolstering their forces. Next thing you know, there's going to be some military strike and they'll be back at each other's throats again.
Oh, I hope you're right.
Trust me. Just enjoy the break for now, and soon enough we'll be... shit.
Shit?
Ah, fuck it, Steve.
Steve?
Yeah, Steve, from the Galactic World Weekly.
Wait, that tabloid rag? They're always talking about Elvis sightings and conspiracy theories. What is he doing here?
I don't know. I didn't think we'd run into him at this bar. Quick, hide behind a menu.
Gary, is that you?
Oh, damn it.
Hey, it's Gary and Sam. What are you guys doing here? Getting a drink?
We're admiring the interior decor.
Oh, yeah, it's a nice place for sure.
Seen Elvis lately, Steve?
Now, come on, Gary. Everyone knows Elvis passed away a millennia ago. As for his ghost, though, I just saw him last month.
Fantastic.
Speaking of sightings, you know who I saw just the other day? Astro Jammin'.
Last I checked, he was still alive.
No, I'm serious. He was leading a mech team against some mandate forces.
Seriously, Steve? Why would Astro Jammin' be fighting the Mandate? He never struck me as the altruistic type.
Actually, Sam, I heard something similar.
You're kidding.
Oh, yeah. No, it's, there's been sightings of Jammin' as a mech pilot for a few years now. I just kind of figured he was researching a role or Megacorp pulled him into the conflict or something.
See, that's what I thought. There's been a bunch of Jammin' sightings all throughout the conflict. Maybe some megacorp is trying to boost its image having someone famous in its forces. It's the weirdest thing, though. If this was a publicity stunt, you'd think the corp would be promoting it. And he's never been seen fighting alongside any of them.
You think he's going independent?
He'd be crazy. He might be rich and famous, but I really doubt he has the resources to fight the Mandate.
I've got a theory about that. There's no way he's working alone. He's got to be getting help from other like-minded individuals to the cause. Perhaps even an organization. I think he's getting backing from a secret society called the Dialectics.
All right, I've heard enough. I'm out.
Yeah, I'm leaving too. See you later, Steve.
All right, and with that, the new round begins. Jay, you are now the lens of this round.
Oakley dokley. I want my focus to be connections or alliances like made.
That's punchy. I like punchy. Alliance is made.
Yeah. Connections in general, right? Like two different, somethings interacting with each other.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Doesn't have to be an alliance. It could be a connection between like Corsac and the Noesis Mandate in some way, right? But I do want to make an event and a scene under the Revolutionary Renaissance. And the event will be the founding of how do we want to word it? Like the conclave? Does that sound
That's whatever
good?
you want it to be.
I'm trying to remember if that was
The choice is yours.
the silver monkey head is on backwards. Yeah, let's go with like the conclave or something. And this will be an organization made of different resistance members, and that resistance category being anything outside of or against Corsac and the Noesis Mandate, right? And I want to have a scene that is the Dialectics and the Aster Uprising forming this coalition. I think coalition was the word I was looking for earlier. And
like seeing who else they want to pull into it.
Yeah, this, and it could be like anyone. Maybe they're weird Crusader pirates, or maybe they're, Jim from his trader store. I don't know. But I want to play that scene out. And the question I want answered is, who is a part of this conclave?
Who is part of the conclave? Excellent. All right, if you want to write up your event and then the question for your scene, we'll get them organized on there while everyone starts to ruminate on your idea a little bit here.
I will type that up. The 3 people that I want to be there for sure is Ren, Killis, and I think Rock.
Excellent.
So Todd, if you want to pick one of those, I'll type these notepads up.
Yeah, let's rotate around and choose characters. And it does not go in the order of normal play, though, Jay. It goes backwards, so Jeremy selects first.
Jeremy. Oh, right. For some reason, I
my...
was thinking Todd was backwards. I don't know why.
It goes counterclockwise.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so who are the 3 characters that had to be?
Ren, Killis, and Rock.
Yep.
Ren, Killis, and Rock. All right.
Complete
I'll
brain fart. Who's Killis again?
Killis is the leader of the Aster Uprising. She's the one that you saved on the bridge of the ship and like took control of the amethyst and was like, punch it when you warped like 2 systems over.
Great.
Going to Plaid. No, wait. I'll take Ren.
Okay, Jeremy, you'll be Ren. I'll reorient and shape these for you, Jay. Because this is sideways and then this is vertical.
Oh, those are sideways. Okay.
Yeah.
The events are sideways.
Events are sideways, and then the scenes underneath of them stack vertical.
Got it. Okay. I had it backwards.
I have an idea. I'm not sure it's a good idea, but I want to see how this plays out. I'd like to play none of the characters listed. I'd like to play Honora Caliban, Evelyn's black market arms dealer friend.
Oh, heck yeah.
Man. So what I'm doing is I'm typing the character names into our chat window so we remember who these people are. So Jeremy picked Ren. So there's Honora Caliban and Ren on the sidebar for everyone. All right, so we have 2 unchosen requireds left, right?
Yes.
All right, I am going to throw a wrench into this and be neither of those people, forcing Todd and Jay to select those. Having a vast knowledge of the underworld factions and forces, since I wrote a page about it in my notes, am going to be Sid. Sid is CDD. You'll remember CDD contacted Todd's character. They're the Hacker Collective. I'm going to be a person who calls themselves Sid.
I was going to say Sid Highwind.
Ironworks?
I am a representative for the Hacker Collective, CDD.
So, Sid is spelled...
That makes sense.
So Sid represents Sid?
Sid represents Sid.
Okay, that's all.
And
Carry on.
Is this the same Sid from all the Final Fantasy games? as well?
No,
I
no,
assume?
that guy has an eye in there. This guy has no eye. There's no eye in this, Sid.
Okay, fair.
So
But
an
he's
eye
got
patch.
double
Okay.
D's.
He's got double D's. So.
And he's proud of them.
All right, that's who I'm
He's
going
a
to be.
bigger guy, sure.
I would like to be Killis.
You should be Rock.
I was honestly not expecting that, but yeah, I'll play Rock. Sure.
That's really funny and kind of perfect.
Oh.
All right, so Jay, set the scene. Where is this taking place?
This is taking place after contacts have been reached out to like a few different people that either Ren or Killis or even Rock has known, among others that, you know, they're connected to. But the three of them are currently sitting in a conference room with like screens set up for like people to join in, for us to like talk to and stuff like that. As I believe we would have some like scheduled to like call in for like this meeting. So
Okay, cool. A thing I forgot to do during my scene, and I don't want to forget to do here, is before the scene starts, we're supposed to reveal thoughts. We're supposed to go around
right.
and kind of
I
give
forgot
an
about this.
indication of what our plans are for the scene a little bit.
Yep.
So we reveal thoughts in the orders we selected characters. So reveal thoughts is go around the table, opposite of the normal order, starting to the right of the person making the scene. So that's going to be you, Jeremy. You're going to be the first to reveal the thoughts. And it says here that when you are revealing thoughts, what your character is thinking about the upcoming scene. Like, are they mulling about something right now, or do you have any plans going into the scene that you want the other characters to be aware of so that they can kind of like play around with them a little bit?
Time to choose a space pope. What's going on here?
You know, if this was a conclave, that's clearly the conclusion here. I like this face.
a conclave definition is a private meeting.
This is true.
There's
This is
a
how the
movie
space
about it or
pope
coming out,
is
doesn't mean-
chosen as
Yeah.
well.
Jeremy, so you're Ren. What's Ren's reveal thoughts? At the
Sorry
beginning
to
of this?
derail that. Ren's thoughts right now are to try and solidify alliances for those who are interested. That way we have something more solid to rely upon.
Okay, cool. Chuck?
I feel like Anora's seeing a business opportunity here. I think this is not much of a reveal that she's probably doing fairly well during this campaign in terms of her business, and I think she's looking for opportunities.
Oh, fuck, I should have had Astro as a required member here.
Oh,
Damn, it's too late.
CDD, or Sid, is going into this thinking that they are not a fan of either side, and absolutely wants to make sure that whatever isn't one of the two big players doesn't immediately just disappear. So not so much like I'm looking to get on the bandwagon, so much as I don't want this thing to disappear.
What do you mean by this thing?
This group, this thing that you're creating, this little third-party outfit. The Sid is coming into this, so like not as a true believer, but as in I want to see this thing survive and not immediately get snuffed out.
Okay. I thought you were talking about Corsac versus the Mandate for a second.
The exact opposite.
Sure.
Killis is thinking like this is all very well and good. She's glad to be here discussing this, but her focus remains on like revolution, fighting against the corporations, not so much consolidating power, as among other groups. So like happy to make alliances as long as it doesn't come at a cost to advancing the revolution.
Rock is skeptical of the involvement of others in other factions. I imagine he is agreeing to this and to be here, but is expecting to possibly vet people that are looking for self-interest more than they are for the good of a collective. Because we're reaching out to a lot of people that he just frankly does not trust.
All right, and then before we dive into this, I just want to remind anyone, you can create secondary characters at any time and introduce them into the scene. Importantly, though, you don't get to, like, anyone can decide what happens to a secondary character. So these 5 characters that we've picked, you have narrative control about them, but any secondary characters that get introduced, even if you're playing them, anyone can decide what happens to a secondary character.
So I can introduce Astro Ramen, Astro Jammin's look-alike doppelganger porn actor.
I mean, I can't stop you.
Wow.
I mean, I want to see this play out.
Astro Ramen.
That's a different scene.
How did
We'll do that
not
later.
think
Don't
of this
worry.
before?
Oh man, he'd be part of the porn parodies like Red Alarm and stuff like that. All right. Anyway, I need to get us out of this gutter. Let's go. Let's play this scene.
Thank you.
All right. So you've set the scene. What does it look like when we come into it?
I would say that Killis and Rock are walking into a meeting room that Ren is already sitting down at a table at.
Righty.
Ren, it's nice to see you again.
It's good to see you too, Rock. How have you been?
Better since your help. Well, I don't want to speak for Killis, but I think we all know how much we needed it, and hopefully we have been helpful in return.
Oh, by all means, Rock speaks for me. Thank you, Ren.
I totally forgot Todd was Killis. I was like, wait a second.
But at the moment, I think focusing on what we have ahead, which I just want to point out, I am concerned about a little bit. You have some prospective offers lined up already, right?
Yes, and I understand your concerns. There's a lot of different factions, each with their own ideals and desires, and trying to solidify anything is going to be a challenge. But we still need to establish some sort of basis if we're going to survive this.
I want to buzz in right here just as a rules thing for everyone. I want to make sure you're aware that you can do this. Just because you made a secondary character doesn't mean you have to play them. So at any point, if you guys want to introduce a faction that isn't represented here, but you don't want to talk to yourself, you could like make character B who represents faction B and say like, hey Bob, can you play this character and stuff like that.
Okay.
So that's in your, anyone at this table can do that.
That's right. We did do that
Cool.
before, I think, a couple sessions ago, now that I think about it. Yeah. Killis will say, yes, I understand we have different players being invited to this conclave, including the CDD.
I honestly didn't expect them to respond to our request. Usually silence is what they respond with, if anything.
Yeah, I heard Astra was involved with it in some way. They were contacting him. Something happened, and he didn't give me the details. He seemed off-put by it.
Yes, well, the DBC has had some struggles recently. Hopefully we can get them back up and running and back to the fully outfitted group that we know they are.
I know I'm going to sound like a broken record here, but you know we have room for them.
Well, in the end, that's up to them. Maybe freedom is what
I
they
just
want.
nod. All right, I'm ready. Sid is ready to get patched in.
I think what happens is when you go to activate like the video conference with Sid, What comes onto your screen is a video, but it looks more like a Winamp visualizer appears on the screen. It is a bunch of bars and like a little orb at the center that fluctuates as speech comes in behind it. It almost sounds like a synthesized voice, but it doesn't really sound like, you know how a lot of times synthesized voices are used to hide the identity of someone?
Yeah.
If they're using the synthesized voice to hide someone's identity, they're not doing a good job of it, because it doesn't sound super distorted or weird. It sounds like someone did a okay-ish job at making a voice out of an electronic voice and is just using that as their speaking voice. And you'll hear a voice come out of the system and be like, "I'm glad you had time to meet me today."
Well, I'm glad you showed interest in our little conclave.
I am interested. I'm actually quite surprised that this is happening now. I guess opportunity breeds advancement.
Well,
Point of clarification, Bob. I didn't activate that, did I?
I think as you go to turn on the screen, what comes on the screen is this person.
Okay, so I did connect or patch the call through, or did that happen?
No, I think it
before
happened like half a second before you pressed the button.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ren, I hope you've locked down your systems on the station.
I look at Kilson and I go, do you honestly think we could keep them out if we tried? I mean, we could fight them off for a while, but...
You could try, but it would be a waste for both of our efforts. I think we're determining cooperation at this point.
I think so.
It's at this point you hear like another phone ting, and this one's not like joining automatically. It's just like someone's trying to initiate a call.
Ren looks over, curious gaze, doesn't entirely recognize the number, and then realizes who it is and connects the call.
Well, hello there. You guys finally answered. I've been ringing for like 10 seconds. You're not at a computer at any moment in time?
Ren, who is this?
Honora, you're as patient as I remember, which is not at all.
Well, I mean, Evan hooked me up with this contact and saying we might have an opportunity here. I feel like you at least do me the decency of answering my calls. It doesn't set a good example, I'll tell you that.
Killis then turns to Rock and says, "Do you know who this person is?"
I just kind of shake my head a little bit and shrug. I don't.
This
Not
is
one of your friends?
This is Honora Caliban, someone who has deep connections with the market that has recently formed.
That's right. Yeah, we're just moving in right now. Plenty of business opportunities here. I tell you what.
But hopefully none of them involving the Mandate or Corsac.
I mean, I got no love for Corsac, and I don't think the Mandate's taking my calls. So, no.
Well then, Sid, what are you looking to do as a part of the conclave? Or potentially, I guess. We should start there.
Information is, as always, the core of our organization. We propose to offer access to our agents and our information. In exchange, we ask for information and perhaps some legwork. People who can go places that are a little too hot for some of our agents to go to in exchange.
If I may, the Aster Uprising has been developing our intelligence arm for some time now. It's still in the beginning stages, but I do think that cooperation between that arm and Sid could be beneficial to both of us.
I would have no problems having your people trained, I may offer some of our agents as buddy trainers that you may utilize over a course of a contract, and if their duties over that contract include training some of your people, as long as it is accounted for within the contract, that is fine.
Well, it seems like, correct me if I'm wrong here, we've established quite a few connections already. We have strategy, as I'll kind of like motion towards like Killis and Ren. We've got expertise with Sid, and resources with Honora, was it?
Yeah. About that. I'm definitely down to share some of my resources, but it's give and take situation here. Like, I mean, I'm interested to see what you can offer for me. I mean, I feel like you probably have a lot of access to some good resources as well, I would imagine, right?
Yes, but I think one of the greatest assets we have is expansion. Whenever we succeed, you have room to grow. You gotta understand, we're fighting for the same thing. All you want is
I'm not fighting at all. Let me just make that point clear. I just feel like there's an opportunity here, and I think you're the best way to make the best of that.
Let me make something very clear to you. If you are not a part of the mandate or the corpos, then you're fighting. You might not be fighting them directly, but you're fighting against them, for sure.
I don't think it works like that, but believe what you want to believe.
If you don't align yourself to our cause, then we don't have much else to talk about.
Look, let me just make one thing clear. I am interested in your little group succeeding here. I'm just saying, is like, if you find anything I find useful, just share a little bit. That's all I'm asking. I share what I have. You share what you have. We both make out in the end.
Well, since you're interested mostly from a business standpoint, I have an idea that might sweeten the deal to help you provide us a bit of a discount as well as some, more resources.
Okay.
If you're interested.
Go on.
You may remember that Dine is one of the members of the DBC. He has connections to several factions in the Outer Rim. The Outer Rim is where a lot of the resources that Corsac and the other factions, well, not a lot, but a portion of those resources have been brought in to help fund the war. With his connections, it's possible some of those resources could be purchased by you, possibly at a discount and under the table.
Okay. I like what you're saying. Okay.
How amenable is the rest of those assembled here to crime? Not the crime of opposing the corporations, but I mean crime that would be considered crime on most civilized planets.
Seems rather objective, you ask me. I'm fine. Subjective, that's the word.
I feel like the question is rather pointed. I don't think you'd ask something like that if you didn't have something in mind.
My trade is information, and as information is my trade, I know of other organizations that also are independents. And as they are not seated here with us yet, I imagine you have either not considered them or considered them on the other side of the fence. I merely wish to broach the subject on whether or not you wish to include them.
Well, that was what I was getting at earlier, is the main thing we seem to be lacking here is manpower. We need people, and lots of them. I'm assuming your suggestion might be of a less, or more clandestine variety of people.
Funnily, one group in particular that springs to mind has a storied history with yours. Was it not the affiliation that provided resources for you to capture your ship in the first place? I know some organizations and governments and, well, damn near everyone considers them a crime family, but they do have manpower, as you put it.
I don't want to speak for everyone here, but to get things done, I think we need to make decisions that we might not be comfortable with. So if I can lay down at least a ground rule that we don't directly harm each other in any way as long as we are a part of this collective.
Nor do we harm the vulnerable populations. After all, what are we fighting for?
That's fair.
Can we define what a vulnerable population is?
Those that cannot defend themselves.
No raiding and looting planets, essentially.
I find this agreeable, but it does limit options.
Well, we will have to work around those limits then. Otherwise, we're no better than the corpse.
This is just the first meeting. It's going to be work in progress, but if we can establish some ground rules, those rules can be amended later as we need them to be.
I'd like to hear more from you, Sid. Can you give us a name? Someone we can maybe even reach out to?
You can reach out to me at any time. I am always available.
And your friends that you were suggesting?
The affiliation, I can make contact with them, but seeing as you have a past with their members, including Jalen Mara, who I am told, Rock, that you have an association with her. I imagined you would want to be the one to reach out.
I'm trying to remember this.
She was the member of the Mafia family that you met in the casino who helped you guys capture the amethyst. Remember, it was like a crime family who ran a casino that was the Mafia underworld faction, who worked with the Aster Uprising as they were about to fall apart and help them find that raid to take the amethyst in the first place.
I do remember them, yeah.
Jalen Mara, if you remember, used to be a member of the Aster Uprising, but left for greener horizons and joined basically the Mafia.
Right. Now I do remember. Yeah. That's an interesting point. I hadn't considered them. I will reach out. Or kill us if you want to. You know them as well as I.
Yep. I'm happy to. I think since you've met with Jalen in person, it might go down better.
Point of order. Killis was at that meeting too.
No.
Killis, strike that. Whoops. Killis says, yes, perhaps we can both meet with Jalen. But point taken. I think that is a reasonable alliance.
There are other groups that may share your ideology, but I consider perhaps too disruptive or chaotic to work towards shared goals. Of course, it is not my decision whether or not you work with them, but have you considered the Ruined Chain?
That's the one I was thinking of in the back of my mind. I was like, there's a chain.
The
Unchained was, I kept thinking of the Unchained.
Yeah, I mean, the Ruined Chain, they're pretty anti-corp. I imagine they'd be willing to help with this.
I believe their motto is, become ungovernable.
That tracks.
Yeah.
What is a relationship, out of character, what is the relationship between the Ruined Chain and Aster Uprising?
There isn't one yet.
Okay.
As far as we've seen in the story up till now, so if you want to decide on one, that can be something we come up with during this. But up till now, we have shown them as two separate organizations that have not cooperated yet. The Ruined Chain, as a point of order, the Ruined Chain was that group that you took their leader to go meet with some potential sponsors. Remember? That's when you fought Chainsaw Arm Guy.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that guy.
Yeah, it was during that mission that you worked with the Ruined Chain.
Killis will say, we have thought about that. We've not made inroads with them in the past. Our methods are very different. So for this first meeting, we haven't involved them. But I do think we need to expand our alliances if we need to have a maximum effect here.
If I may approach now the biggest, possibly hostile sticking point is, have you considered working with the Free Space Pact? I have it on some authority that some of their factions hate members of your faction, but things like that have been solved in other cases.
I don't really care if any of us hate each other as long as we're willing to work together and follow the rules that we set for each other.
They have been on the rise ever since taking a planet of some significance and rallying behind a few pirate factions in particular. But they have also suffered losses that make them enemies of the Noesis Mandate particularly, as a large splinter group of their faction was broken off and joined the Mandate. Those who remain have a grudge against the Mandate.
Sounds like they could use us as much as we could use them.
I have concerns about involving them in this endeavor. As you say, they have a grudge against the Mandate. I don't know. I assume they already have talked with the corpse.
They are pirates.
Yes. But, be that as it may, they will talk to anyone, ally with anyone insofar as they can meet their needs.
Yeah, I'd be concerned that we need a guarantee they aren't just going to stab us in the back later.
A lot of the stuff we will be discussing and the logistics and strategies we will be planning will be sensitive. And I don't know if I feel comfortable involving them in that.
I don't think that they need to sit at the council itself for them to be useful to us either. We can still make the calls and help them and have them help us.
Ren, your thoughts?
Well, I'm sure they won't mind too much as long as it's profitable for them and as long as they get some shots at the Noesis Mandate. I did hear that when they joined up with... I cannot remember. This is Jeremy not remembering which pirate crew aligned with the Mandate.
Oh man, proper nouns off the top of my head, that's like a nightmare for me.
I can remember it was Clown Dude.
Smiles.
Okay, that I'll just say that one of the factions aligned with the Mandate.
Uncanny Ravine was the mercenary group that had the guy in it.
Oh.
We're talking about the pirate faction that had remember
like
he had
Pound Foolish.
Pound Foolish. And remember, it was heavily implied that the person working under him was a Mandate plant as a paladin.
Smack.
Okay, so then I'll say this: it was the pirate group. Their name eludes me. That was run by Pound Foolish that betrayed the other pirates and essentially waged war with them on a planet. The DBC was forced to retreat at the time due to taking some unfortunate losses. Though we did get some gains from that, learning about the existence of the Mandate. Not ideal, but I'm sure they wouldn't mind getting some shots in.
Listen, I'm open to negotiating some sort of agreement or mutually beneficial alliance with the Free State. The Free State Alliance.
Free Space Pact.
Free Space Pact. Thank you. Words fail me. But I don't think they should be an equal member of our council.
Maybe not for now. I mean, don't want to grow too big. Let's just start small and maybe just use them as like freelancers.
We just need to have people here we can trust. I don't even know if we could trust the ruined chain, for that matter. We moved on from that fairly quickly.
Killis, if I may.
Yes, please, Rock.
I'm a little concerned that your tendency to want to play safe might hinder our movement forward. Sometimes we need to take risks to make significant movement, and this whole meeting itself is part of that.
I'm not against taking risks. I just want us to think clearly before taking those risks. What do we gain versus what are we putting at stake? What do we stand to lose?
I understand your worries, but also, need I remind you, we're in the middle of a war, and sometimes we may not have the time to make all of those decisions. At least not optimally. Words fail me. Risks may be something that we're forced into.
Might I remind you, bringing the Free State Pact into the fold, some of these pirates might see that we have a very state-of-the-art capital ship that looks like quite a prize.
Yeah, I've been meaning to ask about that. I wasn't sure when to bring it up, but I'd like to learn more about that at some point. Maybe not now, but that's really interesting to me.
Why would that concern you?
I mean, imagine we could reproduce that tech, make a little bit of money off of that. And, funds are always a concern in any kind of effort.
The amount of manufacturing capability needed to reproduce something like the amethyst is beyond anything you can imagine.
That just sounds like quitter's words right there.
Trust me, we have our scientists reverse engineering the technology. If we come up with something that would be useful or that we can reproduce, I will let you know. But
yeah,
just temper your expectations.
Let's talk.
I can't imagine we're too interested in giving a pacifist in our war a lot of technology, though.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're having trouble reverse engineering that, maybe my boys can talk to your boys and we can figure something out together.
I think that's a pipe dream at the moment.
Yeah, let's bookmark this for now. That's not what's important.
Have we answered the question yet?
I think so.
I think enough. Jay? Yeah, I think it's been answered enough at this point. I think it would just continue into like other conversation, but
yeah.
So just to recap, we have established the people here, and we're talking about working potentially with, but not completely, the Free Space Pact.
Okay, so we're thinking, so we know the Astra Uprising, right? So Astra Uprising. I'm just typing this into the chat so everyone can see it. Uprising.
Okay, cool.
We know the dialectics. It sounds like you guys are amenable to working with Sid.
Yep.
Affiliation.
So Honora is the representative here, but she's actually here representing
herself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're kind of here on behalf of the marketplace in a way, aren't you?
Yeah, and I haven't come to a conclusion on this yet, but I would imagine that she's probably a major player in the marketplace. I mean, I don't think she's in charge of it by any means, but I think she can get resources.
If we're putting factions down, we're saying this group has ties to the marketplace, and you're the representative, right?
If you are not the best contact to the marketplace we have, I don't think we would have talked to you.
Hey, Evelyn probably put some glowing words, like she's a bastard, but she's reliable, or something like that.
All right, so we have the Astra Uprising, the Dialectics, Sid, the marketplace. And are you guys going to be reaching out to and working with the affiliation, even if we don't see that in this scene?
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
I think that was the understanding that everyone had. But
okay, there we go. Astro Uprising, Dialectics, Sid, the marketplace, and the affiliation. As it sounds like who is the part of the who are part of the conclave, I guess.
And I guess TBDs are the
Free
Judas
Space
Unchained,
Pact, the
which
Ruin
is not what they're
Chain.
called. Ruin
Yeah.
Chained, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool.
All right. And Jay, for the event at least, the Dialectics and the Astro Uprising found the conclave. Is that a light or dark?
light.
Okay. And then us as a group should determine what we think that last scene was. I'm voting light.
Light.
Yes,
Yeah.
I am also voting light.
Team light.
Do you agree, Jay?
Yes, I do.
Absolutely. Okay, cool. The revolution, the revolutional renaissance is living up to its period theme. All right, excellent, Jay. While you work on that card, let's rotate around and get the rest of this focus in. That means we're going to Todd next.
Okay. How do I make sure I'm making a new note and not rewriting a note?
So
Okay.
without clicking on anything, hit Alt-N.
Alt 10, that's right. Okay. So I have a scene in mind. The scene is
Dictated or a played scene?
this will be a played scene. Okay, the focus, just to remind myself, is alliances or connections made. This is a scene. The question being asked here is, what are the terms of an agreement proposed between a faction of the Noesis Mandate and a faction of Lev Integrated Technologies? And was an agreement even made? A secret, top secret agreement. So let me write this out. What are the terms of a top secret? Oh, I forgot to mention technology exchange agreement.
And this is a possible agreement.
Possible.
Or are you saying as part of the question this agreement happens?
It is a possible agreement. We can play out this scene, and if it may play out that no agreement is made. But what I am saying is happening is there are factions between the Noesis Mandate and Lev Integrated Technologies, which is just a subsidiary of Manticore, meeting, which I think is interesting.
I need to stress that their name is dumber than that. You have to hit the P on the end of it. it's Manticorp.
Oh, Manticorp. Excuse me.
It's a play on the word Manticore, but it's Manticorp.
That's right. Made. Yeah, so I'm going to write proposed between Noesis Mandate and Lev.
Cool. We might trim it down because, again, remember, what goes on this card is less important than the actual scene we play, but we want it to remind us what's going on.
Yeah. And this will go.
I'll take control of it so I can move everything around since you don't have access to some of the other cards. Tell me where it goes.
This will go after Noesis. This will go under Noesis pulls resources logistics to build super soldiers.
Does that look good?
That looks good.
I found the name of the pirate faction that works with the mandate,
Smack.
or worked. It's Smack. Yeah. I had it under Pound of
That's right.
Foolish. I had to look back at my notes.
Was it Smack or Smack?
Smack.
Hack.
Okay. All right.
It must have been in one ear, out the other, Chuck. I'm sorry.
Oh, good.
Set the stage. So the stage is this is going to be another meeting type scene. So I imagine like a space station of some minor, or a space station that would not seem very important. Maybe in the outer rim somewhere as a neutral meeting ground. In a boardroom, the two factions are meeting here to discuss the details of this agreement. The required characters are going to be Doc Grosser from Lev, a unnamed representative from Noesis Mandate, what was the other thing I was thinking of? And a moderator, or like a mediator, excuse me, that is here from Sid, interestingly enough.
Ruination conditioning. No,
Yeah.
Wait.
I'll point at the red sign, which says "No contradictions are prior." He's dead. He's so dead. He's super dead.
No, this is another ruination condition.
But his will and name lives on under a different person.
I mean,
Red Pirate Roberts.
His name is not copyrighted. I mean, we could
That's a curse of a name to drop on someone.
All right, those are the three required.
All right, Jay gets to pick first.
I can't be ruination deconditioning either. I'm sorry, who are the requireds again?
I typed them on the right. It's Doc Grosser, rep from the Noesis Mandate, and mediator from Sid. And this happens before we saw Sid later, which is interesting because you get to throw things in that come before things, which is funny.
Yes.
I think I'm gonna take the cheap out here and just either not play someone or play time or something here. All right. I'm not really sure what to do with this scene from my perspective, and I kind of want to see what you guys do with it. So
okay, why don't you come up with a external pressure that would force this scene to wrap up so that you can keep us on time? Then what is everyone trying to get this done before X happens? Because
okay.
we would rather you play something. Time's a good option, though.
Sure. I'm trying to think of what that would be. I'll think about that for a second if you want to keep moving on for now.
Right. Jay has elected to play time, and then
I'll
we
come
can
up
just
with something before we start.
Jeremy.
I'm going to play Doc Grosser's assistant, who shall be named as soon as I come up with a decent name.
Doc's assistant.
I can't come up with something as good as Perry. I'm sorry.
Now we know 4 characters. So, Chuck, you have to pick one of the requireds.
I was already planning on it, even though it is a bit of a cop-out. I wanted to play the mediator.
Okay, the mediator from Sid?
Yeah. I got to come up with a cool name, though. A hacker name.
Hacker man.
All right, this leaves me in an interesting position because both of these people that I could play, I know a lot about Doc Grosser and I know a lot about the Noesis Mandate. But I have to pick before Todd without Todd's input. So I'm going to be the rep from the Noesis Mandate, whose name I'm going to come up with.
All right, I will be Doc Grosser.
Who integrated Lev? What are the
Lev Integrated Technologies is part of Manticorp.
Yeah.
Manticorp.
Yeah.
So it's the colonization corp plus the tech corp, the body mod corp, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am going to be a high up manager from Manticore that is on their way to this meeting, but Doc Grosser started it early to try to get as much out of it as they can for Lev, right? But once Manticore shows up, they lose all seniority and what is it?
Negotiating capabilities.
Yeah, negotiating. Thank you. Negotiating capabilities, right? Like they're kind of out of it once that happens. So how's that work?
Yeah, can I even suggest that this manager for Manticorp is under a false premise about what the meeting's even about.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
From Doc Grosser, so they think they're like.
You don't want them to find out the mandate is there.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
The CDD, that's a little different. That's probably fine.
Yeah.
They come in and find the mandate there. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I will be playing Mandate Guide Alfred.
And
I'll be Karen.
Your assistant, Todd, his name is Donovan.
Very good.
My hacker
is this a Donovan we've seen in something else? I feel like I've seen the name
Yes.
Donovan somewhere else recently.
There's
Donovan Kane.
Is there?
That was Jake's real name.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
That's right.
Well, it's not. Well, I think it's not Jake.
Yeah,
No,
definitely
it's not Jake.
Different Donovan.
Yeah, I mean, other people can have that name. My
Other
guy's going to be
people
named
are
Wake,
allowed.
by the way.
Okay. All right. Then we reveal thoughts.
Yeah, so starting,
Starting.
Todd, you made the scene. So, Jay, as time, you get to reveal yours first.
Time is
I think I
ever
already
forward.
did. It's a Manticore manager coming in to meet with what they believe is the SID about technological improvements, not realizing that Doc Grosser had a different meeting in mind and is trying to get it taken care of as soon as possible.
All right, Jeremy.
As Doc Grosser's assistant, I am well aware of what the doc is trying to do, and I am nervous as all get out.
All right, Chuck.
Wake has been, I don't know, recruited, requested, or whatever as a mediator for this exchange, and I feel like he's interested to see how things play out because this is an interesting dialogue to him.
He is a seasoned CDD negotiator.
I think, honestly, Mandate Guide Alfred is where is this in the timeline? Let's review where we are in the timeline. This is before the Corsac counteroffensive,
Yes,
right?
This is during the
so
calm.
I think Alfred is coming into this skeptical that Lev has anything they could possibly offer that would want to dissuade the mandates from continuing to successfully take back their homeland. From his perspective, of course.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Makes sense. Doc Grosser, I think, is seeing this meeting in a very opportunistic way, where they just want, to find a way to get ahead and advance their research and gain some level of some leverage against their superiors at Manticore.
All right. So that's the reveal thoughts, I believe. Todd, do you want to set the scene for us?
Yeah, I'll set the scene as Doc Grosser and their assistant, Donovan, are walking to the room. Doc Grosser will say to Donovan, have you reviewed the agenda for this meeting today?
I have, and I'm sorry, sir, but I'm just really worried. What do you think we can even get out of the mandate?
this conflict between the mandate and the Cygnus state, I don't find it very interesting. I find our work interesting, don't you? The augmentation of the human being. What we can do if we pull our resources together is unimaginable.
I mean, I agree, sir, but still, I mean, even if we can get anything out of the mandate, trying to keep it from our new owners is going to be extremely difficult.
Yes, I will worry about that. But let's first see if we can come to an understanding. I ask only, Donovan, that you have an open mind.
Sir, being around you, having an open mind is required. You won't live long without it.
Very true. I picked you to be my assistant for a reason, Donovan. You're one of the brightest people I've ever known. Should we get something out of this meeting, I want you heading it up.
As you wish, sir, but need I remind you, I'm the assistant that's managed to survive the longest being your assistant. 3 years is longer than any of your previous ones.
And that's no small achievement either.
I just hope I manage to make it to 4.
I have a good feeling about that. Shall we? And I open the door.
And Donovan seals his fate. No, wait.
I stab you in the back with one of my spider arms.
If I had a nickel for every time a character named Donovan died from doing their job, I'd have 10 nickels.
So would Alfred already be in here? Like, were you going to meet him in this room? Okay.
The Sid mediator and Alfred would be waiting. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, to describe Alfred, he's like a gray fox. He's like an older man, like as opposed to Doc Grosser, who's like all machine and covered up. He's an older man who's like fit, right? He's like bodily fit, but he has like a gray mustache that looks like an old like an old European kind of like I fought in the First World War kind of mustache. Like gray hair with white at his temples, and it's all like pushed back. He's standing like upright in a very proper pose, and he has both hands folded in front of him, sitting on top of a cane that goes down from his hands to the floor. And he's standing perfectly upright with perfect posture, just like holding position as you walk in.
I'll nod to him. And I'll say, Alfred, is it?
Yes, that is right.
Apologies for the wait. I promise we will try not to take too much of your time. Thank you for coming.
Of course.
And you are? I look at the person from CDD.
You're looking at a computer monitor. CCD is not present in the room. The mediator is operating through a computer terminal, has been set up in the middle of the desk. It has several web cameras pointed at both the people from Lev and Alfred. And then there's a screen with the same kind of basically waveform modulation that we saw in the earlier scene. So there's no face associated with it, but rather just a generic computer screen with waveforms. And a voice comes from a speaker that says, well, yes, I am Wake from SID, acting as mediator for this exchange. I apologize that I am not there in person to mediate, but I hope you find that my work is just as effective as it would be if I were there.
Very good. Yes. Doc Grosser sits down and says, let's get straight to it then. I understand the Noesis mandate, is building augmented soldiers. I know they've been keeping it secret. No need to deny it, though. I'm aware I've not informed my superiors.
I imagined that this might be clandestine due to the presence of a third party. I imagine your superiors do not want to know we are meeting.
That is correct. I do not speak for Manticorp. I speak for the sector that I control. What I still consider to be the independent functioning part of Lev, integrated
I would also like
technologies.
to remind both parties that using SID resources, we have disabled all recording equipment in the room, meaning that this is a private conversation that should not be exposed to unnecessary listeners.
Yes. So, I come to you today to say I'm not interested in the conflict you have with the corporations or the Cygna state. Go ahead, wipe them out if you see fit. I think we can come to our own arrangement. Now, I understand the Noesis mandate has technology far surpassing that of what is known within the Cygna state. But we have experimental tech that we have kept very secret that I think you might find very interesting.
Would I then?
Yes. Especially when it comes to augmented human function.
We are provisionally interested in such an offer. Like you, I do not stand merely for my people, but I stand for the elevation of humankind and the ascension of the species. The enlightenment of those who take our offered hand. But I would not do to see our technology used against the already enlightened. I would not want anything I gave you to show up on the field against us.
That would be no problem. I am only interested in the technology itself and how we can advance it.
I appreciate the candor. He now sits down. He's been standing the whole time in his perfect posture.
Yeah,
he now sits down at the table. He's like, I suppose I am ready to do business. What did you have in mind?
Well, we understand that you are attempting to build your augmented technology, but are struggling at building it at scale, especially while managing a conflict. We can step in this regard.
There are gaps to fill, yes. We, for long, have not needed to do augmentation of the human themselves at scale. I realize, having come into contact with those who are here, that this is a more common occurrence in these parts.
Yes. And we've already engaged in such endeavors in project having a brain fart. What's it called?
Nucleus, I think.
Terraforming Project Nucleus.
Yeah.
Project Nucleus. I suppose I must apologize for tearing its beating heart out of its chest. He smiles like a shark.
Doc Grosser says, "It wounded me, sure, but water under the bridge. We must endeavor to move forward. One cannot change the past. And I see more opportunities."
Donovan gets a message on their pad from Karen, saying, I just noticed that there's a meeting in progress, in a question mark, and then immediately followed by, I believe I missed the time. I'm on my way.
Donovan will lean into Doc Roaster and whisper in his ear, "Sir, Karen is apparently aware the meeting is taking place. She's on her way."
I nod, but wave you off, like, annoyedly. Say, oh, yes.
And what would Lev receive in exchange, just to continue this conversation?
Access to your research.
There is much research at the Noesis Mandate. It seems that divergent evolution has taken our peoples in very separate directions. I imagine there are wells of information that we could discuss. What do you find interesting for your price for this information?
Transcending the mere human form.
Ah, so you want to know what our forays into augmentation have borne. Do you have the base of it yet? What much of our technology hinges upon?
I have some idea.
Well, it should come as no surprise to you then that is the beginning and end of what we are looking to incorporate. I'm sure you could see both the problems and opportunities involved in such an effort.
Yes, I surmised as much. Our own scientists have samples of your what's it called? Ferro fluid.
Like ferrous, like iron,
Yes.
like ferro fluid.
Sorry, I'm having trouble recalling names today.
That's fine, man.
And we actually, I believe we have found some ways to work around some of the limitations of your technology. Please do not underestimate our own ingenuity. Ingenuity. Oh my god.
Doc Roaster's like, 1 second, just takes a screwdriver to the back of their head.
Yeah.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah, I need to loosen my mandibles.
Do not underestimate our own ingenuity. I think you would be very surprised at what we can do for you.
I am intrigued by you and your offer. I'm willing to work provisionally on this, and as we reach, let's call them checkpoints, proofs of success, I am willing to increase the depth of our relationship. It speaks to me how forward-thinking you are. Perhaps it is not long before you see the appeal of the mandate itself.
I worship at the altar of science. So,
Like a shark again, Alfred smiles like he has found his prey.
Does he have normal teeth?
Oh, normal teeth, but like smiles like someone who's dead
smile.
inside. Yeah.
I figured I thought it'd be funny if he actually didn't. But
the altar of science and advancement.
This is good news. I shall consult with my colleagues, and I will be in touch.
You
He
hear
looks
a
over
beep.
to the computer
There's
screen.
someone at the door. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. There's someone at the door.
Yes, I'm assuming you have locked the door, right?
Yeah,
But you hear a beep that there's someone there.
Donovan panics. Sir, I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Manager's here.
I have disabled the door. I can reactivate it should you choose to respond.
It seems our time is up. But I do believe we will be in contact shortly. Our friends at the CDD will handle our communications from here on out.
Grocer, are you in there?
Yes,
And then
come in.
He
I
like,
enable the
without
door.
talking, mouths, "I'll leave you to it." Is there like a rear door or like a way he can get out of here without going past them?
I'm just going to say yes. Unless anyone wants to object.
Oh, he's physically there. That's funny. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, no, he's there. He was in the room. He tips his hat. He doesn't have a hat, but he does the motion. He like steps to the door, does the tip his hat kind of like farewell, and then silently slips out the back door.
And I'll just say yes, come in.
Donovan runs to the other side of the table and then just starts spreading papers around randomly to make it look like Doc Grocer and him were in a meeting.
The door finally opens, and Karen walks in and goes, "Oh, sorry, I'm late. If we could all just start from the beginning, please, I would appreciate that."
The monitor that Wake was operating from has gone black, and it seems to be powered off.
I hand Doc Grocer a copy of the minutes. In air quotes, minutes.
The minutes.
Yeah, we can cut there, I think.
Yeah, I think
we've answered the question. Yeah. And this was yours, Todd, right? What are the terms of a top secret technological exchange?
So it sounds like a provisional relationship.
For specifically augmentation technology.
To share human augmentation technology.
Perfect. I'll resize and adjust for you.
And then we go around what people think the scene was light or dark.
Yeah, what do we think, guys? Light or dark scene?
I'll let other people answer.
I'm
first.
voting dark.
I feel dark. I don't think anything good's going to come out of this. Yeah.
I think these are two evil people deciding, let's work together.
Yeah.
Well, not Donovan. Donovan's fine.
We don't.
Well,
I might come up with a history that says Donovan's evil as shit.
Donovan might be relatable in his like nervous energy, but I think he's still evil.
Look, he's the longest surviving assistant of Doc Grocer. That does not mean he is a good person.
Maybe we'll find out more about him as we keep playing. All right, there we go.
And Chuck saying Donovan isn't evil in this situation made me actually mad.
That's why I said it.
All right. Then Todd, that's your make history. So over to me, I believe. Let's see. So what I want to do is where is it?
Making another scene? He makes scenes every time. He's going to make a scene.
No, there's been too many scenes this round. I need to pull back. I'm going to...
Hopefully, Bob, I didn't completely torpedo any like plans you had for Doc Grocer.
No, this is great. This gives me stuff to do with these characters. This is I encourage taking big swings with this game.
Awesome.
Hope people watch this and like, this is how they come up with the story for this? Like,
all we need is like a cork board with some string.
This does seem like a neat way to like fill in gaps in TTRPG game systems if you're looking for it, right?
Totally.
You want to have a more story-driven conflict or like what happens here. Get a couple people together and just run this. This was a cool idea.
Oh, yeah. And honestly, the way it's building out, it definitely feels like we're at like corkboard and string. Except it's sticky notes and light and dark pens. Get the string. How is it all connected?
All right, so I think I'm going to make an event. And I have an idea for the event, but honestly, it's funny because this event can be happening in a bunch of different periods. and in between a bunch of different events, but where I put it says a lot about what it is.
Interesting.
I'm excited to find out.
We've never defined what the crusade is exactly, right? Just that it's like
Right.
the big thing that ends the counteroffensive, so to speak, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And starts the bloodbath.
So, during the Battle of Iron Blood,
Ooh. Good name.
Crusaders equipped with nanomachine augmentations are able to hold their own against armored mechs. The Noesis Mandate has a new toy on the battlefield, and that's soldiers who are so inundated with nanomachines they can fight a mech.
So they're not
That's
in mechs
interesting.
themselves.
They
you're
are
saying.
not in mechs themselves. They are fully fused with nanomachine tech.
That's
That
a big
is-
development. Yeah.
That is terrifying, and we're gonna have to fight one of those, I bet, in the future.
Chainsaw Man came back.
Oh God, he will come back, won't he?
How do you spell equipped correctly? EQUIPED?
I think there's two
There's
P's.
two
Yeah.
P's.
Oh, PP.
Oh yeah.
There we go. And I think this is shortly after the Crusade gets called into action. At the end of the Corsac. No, see, this is where I'm waffling. Actually, no.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I'm going to do what I was going to do before. It actually happens at the beginning of the bloodbath. This is going to be one of the things that kicks off the bloodbath, I think.
I think that makes more sense. I think
Nice.
like that seems like a really big explosive moment.
That is dark. Yep.
Yeah, I'm making that dark in case there was any fucking question. Dark.
Yeah.
All right, that's my history. Over to Chuck.
I have something similar, and I'm kind of glad you put it in the bloodbath because I was going to put mine in counter offensive. What I'm thinking about is SMEC is selected to commandeer or test out experimental technology from the Noesis Mandate.
Oh, yeah, nice. Okay. Are you making that an event or a scene?
Oh, an event.
Okay.
I think we have enough scenes for now.
Remember, we get to see the results of that too. So, like, what results from that? Like for mine, it's these people appeared, but also their appearance means now the Noesis Mandate has things that can fight mechs as people. So, what does that mean for these people who are involved in this event?
I think this means that SMEC is starting to pull out, like, this is as part of the counteroffensive, so I feel like this is where SMEC's like, we're going to start doing things differently than before because we need to show results. And we're using SMEC, who was always this group that was associated with the Mandate, but not, like, officially. Like, I kind of foresee this as sort of like they were sort of lab rats for this.
Okay.
Maybe the Mandate was like, we need you to test this technology because we think you are the very best. As in, like, internally, like, yeah, no, these guys are disposable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And does it work out for them? Do they get like good results and like soldiers out of this?
They get data. How that data is used is a different concern. I think SMEC it becomes a stronger force to be reckoned with. I don't think they're 100% like functional. I mean, in the sense that like there's definitely some bugs in the tech that get ironed out, but Spec never sees those. I think they're in a better state in the long run, but they are definitely not. There's no intent on keeping these guys like the most powerful group out there.
Okay. Where do you want this event to go under that period?
Under the counteroffensive.
At the top, like you have to pick what events it's before and after.
I would say at the very bottom after. Actually, let's put it before the Crusades, but after Buzz's thing.
Okay, right in there.
Yeah.
Okay. So I thought you were all pronouncing it weird. It's smack. SMACK.
Yeah, I just
like
fixed it.
smacking someone across the face.
Which is what Pound Foolish wanted to do to all of the other pirates' crews.
All right, let's get that in there. Is this light or dark, Chuck?
It's dark.
Dark. All right, excellent. Then we loop around to Jeremy.
All right, so alliance is made. I would like to dictate a scene, with the question being, what happened to Melissa Honora after her escape from Manticore?
Okay, and what event are you attaching this to?
I am going to put this probably under the founding of the Conclave, like it would take place after this.
Okay.
It can go to the left or the right of it, doesn't matter.
So it's under the event, the dialectics in the Astra Uprising found the Conclave?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And then is it going to be to the left or right of who is part of the Conclave?
Probably to the right. I think she's like a separate faction, based on my answer.
Okay.
So the question is, what happened? And the answer is, she made contact with Ren because she is aware that Ren is researching the Vesalian medium due to Dine's acquisition of it.
And where does that, so as a question for you then, where does that place Melissa in this? Is this like, are you representing like a long-term change or just like an association?
I believe that this begins as an association, and I want to leave it at that. If there is something that changes, that's something that someone else can decide. Maybe it's a short-term, maybe it's a long-term thing. But I believe that this is where she went to initially after her fleeing Manticore as a neutral party, and is aware of...
Has somehow gotten contact with Ren in the dialectics.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So your scene that shows this, what do we see? Just like, you don't have to act out any characters or anything, but what do we as an audience see that answers this question?
You would see Ren and Melissa in a call discussing possible collaboration and association. Ren's interest in furthering the research in the Vesalian medium and how that can potentially be a boon to the Conclave, and Melissa looking for, even if temporary, safe harbor, as well as a way to support her AI, which is Leaf, right?
Leaf, yeah.
Yes.
So like safe harbor, or yeah, absolutely. That makes sense. Love it.
Yeah. And I forgot to hit update before I hit enter, so I have to retype it. All right. I'll fix this, and then, but
Jeremy, you don't get to rest, my friend.
I know.
Because you're the last one in this round, which means you choose a legacy. Anything that happened in this round, you can choose to be a thing you want to hold on to going forward.
Sorry, I'm retyping the
No worries.
And then I have to make sure to hit update. There we go. All right. So my legacy, I'm going to continue. SMAC is selected to pilot experimental technology for the mandate. I'm going to keep that. I'm not going to let these guys go.
Okay, yeah. So remember, Jeremy, it doesn't have to be the whole card. You can do like a subset of that card if that's more interesting to you. But if you want the whole card, that's up to you, buddy. Just go ahead and write a little note that says, that your legacy is something to do with what you just said there. And then also, is this scene light or dark with Melissa?
Light.
Excellent.
And then I'm creating a sticky note for the legacy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do that. While I'm doing that, I would like you to now expand a legacy. You get to make either an event or a dictated scene about any of the 4 legacies on the board, which is, again, I'll recap. Todd's is, why do citizens support the mandate? Mine is nanomachine countermeasures. Chuck's is revolutional renaissance. And yours is SMAC is selected to pilot experimental technology for the mandate.
I would like to create an event based on my legacy. I'm going to put it right under SMAC is selected to pilot experimental technology for the mandate.
Absolutely.
The initial experimental technology leaves a significant portion of the test subjects completely crippled, removing them from combat.
What's the question it's answering? Or is this an event?
This is, I guess I would be...
it sounds like a scene.
Sounds like a dictated scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we'll go
the
with
way
that. We'll go with the
you were talking. Okay.
Yeah. So I guess the question is, what happened in the initial, I want to say testing of this technology? And the answer is that a large number of SMAC forces were crippled as a result.
Excellent.
Mandate doesn't give a shit.
Fair enough.
All right, I need to... There we go. So we're going to put this here. Text. What happened to SMAC test subjects? Because that's what they are, even though SMAC doesn't agree.
Yep.
And then I'm just going to have to... Okay. Subjects. And then the answer is... Sucks to be them.
All right, let me go ahead and stretch that out into a scene format for you.
I like how we're on the same page, Jeremy, on this.
Look, Noesis Mandate doesn't care. They just want to see what happens. And then,
Yeah.
well, I guess they ironed out the problems with their own people, right? Bob gave me the idea.
All right, and Jeremy. I wonder, is this light or is it dark?
This is
keep in
very
mind- keep in-
light-hearted event. I think it's dark.
Keep in mind, there is a clown involved.
Yeah, right? Obviously, that means...
I think Pound Foolish enjoys dark humor more than light humor.
All right, let's go ahead and just make sure everything's stacked right. All right, and with that, one more round of our evolving history has completed. That is the finale for the Jay's focus of alliances made, and what a bevy of different ways of interpreting alliances we've come across. Yeah, I'm excited to see where our next and final, for now, focus goes with Todd.
Alrighty.
Good luck.
Get to think about it.
All right, let's go ahead and call a game there.